I hate getting my bike out of this shed. Right, so I've just got a new speedometer for my bike, and also got my new DriftHD action camera on my helmet. Sorry for the heavy breathing, by the way. I'm a bit ill, so anything I do is just taking the breath out of me. The accelerometer works fine, but the rev counter does not. But luckily, I'm not really too bothered about the rev counter because, you know, speedo. Okay, apparently I'm doing 60 miles an hour. This isn't very good, is it? There's no fucking way in hell that I am doing 60 miles an hour. 60 miles an hour down this road, are you kidding me? What a fucking joke. I just bought this new speedo on eBay, and I think what's happening is, because it's new, it had like a shitload of grease on the joint where the speedo wire goes into. So I think what's happened is, because there's so much grease, it's like proper loosen. So when the wheel kind of speeds up, it just keeps on spinning. Or maybe like the needle, is on the actual accelerometer thing there, is a bit loose. It's a bit loose because it's new, but who knows? I'll have to have a look at that when I get back. Just I'll have to try not to speed too much on these roads. I know there's a speed camera down here, so I'm gonna have to watch out for that. Probably should have ooh. Crazy bitch. Probably should have tested this before I came out, but I don't really plan on speeding too excessively. As long as I just watch out for the speed cameras and stick to a decent speed, it should be okay. This isn't the first time that I've actually tried testing out this camera. It's actually probably the 5th attempt. For some reason, 4 minutes into the video, it decided to cut out and not record anything. So I was talking to myself like a f***ing lemon for about half an hour. It's a bit annoying. I really like this bike. I mean, I can't really say much because it's my first bike, but it's quite nifty. Can't wait to get a newer bike, you know. Like I'm gonna do my A2. I'm not 24 yet, so I can't do my full bike license, but I'm gonna get the A2. I think it's the A2, and get like a 47 brake one. A lot of people have said, oh, why don't you just get like a 90 brake horsepower bike of some kind and restrict it? But I'm like, by the time that I eventually turn 24, which is going to be like next year, I'm going to want a faster bike than that. So I may as well just have the 47 brake, and then when I top up my license and do my full one, just get an even faster one, like a 1000 or something. It makes a lot more sense. So we overtake this car. Speed says I'm doing about 90 miles an hour. Hopefully I'm going about 30 now. I've been riding the bike for like a month, but I haven't had the camera on my head. And you notice a lot more people like turning around and looking at you. I think because they obviously see the camera and think, oh, what's that on top of his head? Is he filming me? Is he filming me? He must work for the NSA. He must work for MI5, filming everyone on the road, taking in all the data to give to Google for their end of the world type data owning scenario. Oh, bump. Ooh. The one thing that takes a bit of getting used to about riding a bike is when you get like an itchy head. Oh, my bad. When you get an itchy head, you can't do anything about it. I mean, I can move my helmet a bit like that just to itch it a little bit, but if it's on my forehead, I kind of have to take off my visor and stick my finger in the gap. And give myself a good little itch. Oh God, I'm a bit hungover. I've been drinking the last 2 nights in a row. I almost had someone crash into the back of me yesterday. I actually had the camera running as well, but you know, as I said, I only filmed the first 5 minutes, and the first 5 minutes of me going out, so I didn't have the footage. But basically, I filtered to the front of a set of traffic lights, and this guy obviously got a bit pissed off. He's like, "Oh, fucking biker, moving out in front of me, taking over all the traffic, causing congestion." You know, all that that drivers say when they're a bit angry. And I steamed ahead. Obviously my bike's not that quick at acceleration. I can probably get up to 30 in like a few seconds, and he's obviously got like a really nice BMW or something. And I was turning left like a little bit after the traffic lights, so I wasn't really trying to go that fast because I had to slow down straight away. And right up my arse, I put the indicator on quite early to let him know that I was going to be slowing down, and he like overtook me, and he almost clipped me on the wing mirror. Like literally, he was like that far away from the side of my bike, and scary. Like, I gave him a little toot and said, you know, shouted through my helmet, "What the f*** are you doing?" And I think he swore at me before driving off into the sunset. So hopefully I never see him again. I see so many people looking at my camera, looking in my wing mirror, seeing everyone staring at me. I feel so much safer with the camera though, because not only would it be good if someone crashed into me and I had to make an insurance claim, but also, if you think about it, I have to kind of set an example. Otherwise I'm just going to look like a prat in front of all the YouTubers out there. Otherwise I'll just drive like a fucking maniac. And oh, she's got a nice ass. Was he indicating right? Oh. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Let's go down this little road here. It's really funny how this road says Slough, but Slough, I know from, you know, because I live around here, it's f***ing miles away. Like, and who the f*** goes to Slough anyway? I mean, Watford's the place to be. I mean, it's a bit of a hole, but it's the place of all the shops and, you know, all that crazy shit. So why the hell would you want to go to Slough all the way from Watford? There's far better places than Slough between here and there. What about Ricky? What's wrong with Ricky, you know? Nothing wrong with Ricky. And Croxley, you got Croxley Skate Park. I actually fell off 2 weeks ago, and it's because of something like this. Car in front moved over to the left. I tried to overtake, not seeing the car in front, but slammed on the brake and my front wheel gave way and went straight over the handlebars. It's a good learning experience. I'm never doing that again. But like just then I could have overtaken this van and gone straight into the back of that right turning car. Scary. It's so scary when you fall off. Like, you're like, you know when they say like your whole life flashes before your eyes? Well, it doesn't. All you see is the fucking tarmac on the floor, inches away from your face as you're rolling around on it. That's all you see. And luckily I didn't really hurt myself. I mean, I sprained my wrist, but it could have been a lot worse. I could have, you know, I could have done like a Superman dive into the back of the car and broken my neck. If anyone's had any near-death experiences, you'll know what I'm talking about. Your life doesn't flash before your eyes. You just see exactly what's about to kill you. £1.28 per litre. It's really. I remember when I started driving, it was like 95p per litre. I mean, I know oil's running out, and you know, I'd much rather be riding some kind of electric bike right now, but you know, to help the environment and all that. But the government's not progressing as fast as the environment is. So we're actually behind the environment. You know, oil's disappearing. We're using oil more than what we did like 5 years ago because of exponential growth. So now we're a bit because there's no way that electric cars are going to come down in price enough for when the oil runs out, which is going to be about 2050, I believe. I was watching this documentary actually. It was kind of like what would happen if the oil ran out from the day the oil gets announced that it's about to go, and then to when we sort of turn back to localization and, you know, localization of farm. Like, people don't realise how precious oil to us is. I don't care what god you believe in. Oil is your god. If you didn't have oil, you wouldn't have plastic. You wouldn't have petrol, which is like, you know, the most common one. You wouldn't be able to all of the fields for, you know, the wheat fields for food production. You could go back to horses, but you'd never get the sort of production rates that you get today. And considering the, you know, between today and the last time that horses were used in farming, there's a lot more people around. A lot more people. Imagine all the horses in the world trying to keep up with that production rate. I feel sorry for the fucking horses.